welcome to this very special, and can we call it a Titanic episode of TFL Truck Talk, because we are talking all Nissan all the time. And that is because we have probably the most significant new truck that just rolled out onto the world stage.
Right.
And you, my man, got to drive it.
Yes, it's the 2016 Nissan Titan XD. And I went to Scottsdale, Arizona to give it a first drive.
Now let's talk about why that truck is important. The reason the Titan XD is important is because it has a Cummins.
That's right.
And it's also important because it's kind of a new category of truck, right? Most trucks split into two categories, light duty or heavy duty. And the Titan is in effect a light duty truck with a heavy duty engine.
That's right. So it's a complete departure right there with Cummins. You know, Ram was with Cummins for the whole time. And full disclosure, I'm a Chevy heavy duty 2500 Duramax owner. So when I went to Scottsdale, I was kind of in my mind comparing the new XD to the Duramax.
It's a tweener truck, right? So the engine is, in essence, a heavy duty or almost heavy duty diesel. And the truck itself is light duty in size, but the frame is heavy
duty.
And heavy duty. So it kind of goes right in between that. Now, last time a Japanese truck maker tried to do that kind of tweener truck, as you recall, Andre, it was the Honda
Ridgeline?
Ridgeline,
okay.
which is built on the Odyssey minivan platform, and that did not do so well. Let's cut to the chase.
Right.
Well, you know what? I don't care how it is to drive. I want to know how much power it has.
Okay, so the 310 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque.
Those are numbers, but tell me what it's like to be behind the wheel.
So acceleration, you know, I did one acceleration from a stoplight, and it was adequate, but I wasn't, you know, thrown back in my seat. So I think the truck weighs quite a lot. It's over 7,000 pounds of curb weight. However, passing power, so between like 30 miles an hour and a 65, you know, in the mid-range for passing, you can feel the torque in that range.
Now, the old Titan was, I would call it an honest truck, right? It was a work truck, and it had everything that in the old days you'd want out of a truck. It was reliable, it was dependable, it was rough and tough, it was kind of square-jawed, but it was old, right? And new trucks have become so much more. They become fuel efficient, they've become fancy, right? How is interior? Does it live up to where the bar has been set with the new Ford F-150 or the GM products?
I think Nissan really nailed the interior.
Okay.
So the materials, everything is really well done. And also the noise. You know, rolling on the highway at 65, it's one of the quieter trucks that I've ever tested. I can let you listen. That was acceleration to 65. And now listen. That was coasting. Even though it's a diesel, you know, diesels roll pretty quietly on the highway. This is one of the quietest in also wind noise and tire noise. And I drove the Pro 4X on the highway.
With the big kind of off-road tires.
Yeah, with the more off-road biased tires. And the driving position, I think they nailed. Handling-wise, handling and ride, I think that's also knocked out of the park. I know it's not a sports car or a sports truck, so the steering wheel, the steering feel is a little bit light, but it's very confidence-inspiring.
Now, the one part that a lot of people have criticized it for, of course, is that they say it looks a lot like an F-150, which it does. And you know, the Japanese kind of started that a long time ago.
Right.
They benchmarked the leading truck in the
Which
segment,
is the F-150.
Which is the F-150, and then they built something very similar to it. And of course, the Koreans have done that. I mean, it's a classic business strategy. So I can see why they would benchmark an F-150, but you know, you interviewed the designer, and he said that they built it based on
Spartacus and
Greek mythology. I think the real fact is they based it on Detroit. Actually, it's not Detroit. It's Dearborn, Michigan style.
Well, if you look at the headlights and the way taillights are designed, it's there's quite a lot of Ford F-150 somewhere in there.
All right, now, where the rubber meets the road, of course, on these trucks is how much will it tow. And you had a really interesting experience trying to tow with it. Tell me what happened. First of all, they had a towing competitor set up, but you didn't get the drive. That's the craziest thing.
So yeah, this is the first drive, so it's really quick. You know, we go to this event, we get our impressions, we get our video, and we get out. First of all, the XD is all about towing, right? That's how Nissan, promotes the truck. Yeah. It's got the heavy frame, it's really heavy and really solid.
300 pounds.
Right, and that's the rating. And 12,300 pounds doesn't seem like it's quite high enough to be the real tweener truck.
Yeah, considering both the Sierra, the Silverado, and the F-150
can go, right above 12,000 pounds as well.
But anyway, let's cut to the chase. So you get there.
I show up, and they have 2 Nissan Titans Platinum Reserve and 2 Ford F-150s, all with trailers.
Which engine?
And in the F-150 has the 5-liter V8.
Not the EcoBoost.
No EcoBoost.
Because the EcoBoost is the one that has the maximum towing capacity.
Correct, and it's also the one that's, in our testing on the iGauntlet, it's really a power king and towing king. That EcoBoost motor is very strong. So Nissan's explanation was that the 5-liter was a more popular configuration, which is questionable. We can look at the numbers. Go
ahead. So you get behind the wheel
and I can't.
What do you mean you can't get behind the wheel?
So I go behind the wheel and Nissan says, sorry, you can't drive, our engineers will drive.
What?
So,
what? You don't need a commercial driver's license.
No, and I asked, what's behind this?
Yeah?
It's a 9,000-pound trailer.
Did they open it up and show you it was full of bricks?
Mats? No, there were padlocks.
So you couldn't you couldn't drive.
Right.
You couldn't see what was in the back.
Right.
So you had to take Nissan's word for it.
Right, which was 9,000 pounds, for the trailers.
All right. So then what happened?
And we went up we did a comparison tow of basically a race up the hill. And this is highway north of Scottsdale, Arizona, Highway 87. And there's a 6% grade. So we're going about, 45, 50 miles an hour on the grade.
Yep.
And he signals to the other driver to floor it.
Yep.
So we both floored it, and Ford started to inch forward.
Yeah.
And you'll see, we have video of this.
Right.
And then after a little while, the Titan started to pull away. And the Titan never shifted. It stayed in 3rd gear the whole way, while the Ford was bouncing between gears. So the Ford would just get to the red line, shift down, and slow down. And it was kind of, the Ford was seesawing between the speeds.
So normally we have sometimes to sit and think about what kind of videos we're going to produce, right? And we were really excited to produce a towing video, but when you came back to the office and you said that you didn't drive and you didn't know what was in the back of the truck, it was a no-brainer.
Well,
we can't produce that video. We wanted to show it to you, we wanted to give you the explanation behind it, but until we get behind the wheel and until we actually weigh what each truck is actually towing and until we go up the iGauntlet, we don't know how it tows.
Yeah, we couldn't control the variables in this test whatsoever.
And the other thing we don't know, which is really odd, is of course they're promoting the heck out of the XD with the Cummins, but that's not going to be their big seller, I don't think. Or it could be, but more likely the 8-cylinder, which they've also announced.
Right, so gasoline V8, which is coming in a couple of months from, after December launch, a couple of months down the line. We don't know the specs on the new V8.
Yeah, we don't know anything about the other
engines?
Yeah, other engines.
And then there will be a lighter version, a regular light-duty version of the Titan with a V6 and a V8. But we don't have any specs for those either.
So all we know is that you were towing, but but you weren't driving, and you don't know exactly what you were towing.
Right. The real interesting part about the towing test was that the Titan stayed in 1 gear, and it just pulled through in 3rd gear the whole grade. But I didn't feel like it was accelerating, like pulling this trailer like crazy.
And we also
it didn't.
Don't have official Mpg numbers because heavy-duty trucks aren't rated. So you were saying that in your kind of mixed loop driving, you were averaging right around 17.
Yeah, about 17.6 is what we averaged, which is actually my Duramax gets.
So that's very unscientific.
Right.
There was all kinds of other things going on. You were filming, you were off-road. There was a lot going on.
So, but the real thing is we're going to get the truck here to Colorado.
Hopefully. After this video, hopefully.
Hopefully after, we'll do an Mpg test, right? We have a 100-mile loop that we use.
We'll take it up the gauntlet.
Of course, for the gold hitch.
Yeah, and we'll take it off-road again.
You got it.
So you guys have to stay tuned for that. Now, I've got some sad news for you, Andre.
What?
Behind me, our
What?
Bronco,
What?
half cab.
Did it sell yet?
No, but it's going to be on bringatrailer.com this week. So we posted it over the weekend. So anytime
week.
now, yeah, that's going to be up on Bring a Trailer. So if you guys are interested in a, well, I don't even want to talk about it. It's breaking my heart to sell it.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice, cool old truck.
And the other thing that we have to announce is you're going to the Los Angeles Auto Show tomorrow.
Right. I hope so. There's a big blizzard coming.
So we're going to have some truck reveals.
Yep.
You want to tell them? We know what's coming. I mean, let's just tell them.
Well, Canyon Denali.
Yep.
GMC Canyon Denali is one news, and there's some rumors, but we don't know anything else for sure.
So there'll at least be one truck that'll be unveiled in LA. So you'll be sure to stay tuned to TFL Truck for all the latest new trucks from the LA Auto Show. And of course, click on myself and Andre if you're interested in watching those Titan reviews, because we've done like 3 Titan videos in a row now, and we wanted to just get you the first news, the first driving impression, and the first somewhat towing impression.
Right. You know, the reason why we did all these videos is because I think we're excited about the new truck, because we knew nothing about it. 2.5 years ago, we saw prototypes in Arizona.
It's been a long road,
and
dude.
so it's been a long time for this Titan.
As always, this is Roman
And Andre.
saying thanks for watching, and check out TFLtruck.com for more news,
views, and real-world reviews.
And you saw it first on the Fast Lane Truck. You better get me some hot babes in LA saying that.
There's a lot of space on the wall behind us.
There's a lot of white space, Andre. Are you an aftermarket product manufacturer that's trying to get in front of, what, 3 million new truck buyers?
Every month?
Or used truck buyers?
Yes.
Are you a tire manufacturer? We want your name up there. If you're interested in sponsoring the Fast Lane Truck, just go to our website.
Right, that's right.
Click on Contact Us and let us know, because these TFL Truck segments are available for sponsorship, and we'd like to get you in front of our audience.
You can also put your truck back here.